Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show here on DSP Gaming. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Today is the 9th of February, 2026. I'm Darkside Phil, and this is my morning show for the day. How y'all doing today? What's up, what's up? Sorry, we had a little bit of a glitchy start. My OBS crashed, and I had to restart my PC. Seemed to fix all the problems. I hadn't restarted in a bit, so had to give it a formal restart, right, Jasper? You know how important it is to do a formal restart of the PC every once in a while, right, buddy? He knows. Jasper, Kitty, do you want to say hello to everyone? Where you going? Jasper's in the studio today, but I don't know where he's going. I was going to ask him if you wanted to come. You want to come up on my lap and say hello to everyone? He likes the lighting today because we have this nice. It's supposed to emulate like a lava flow. And he's looking at it like, ooh, with his eyes. Jasper, come on up. Come on up here. Come on up on my lap. Say hello to everybody. Are you going to come up here or not? Come on, come over here. Come over here, silly. Here, I'm going to pick you up. Let's say hello to everybody. There we go. There you go, Jasper. Look at the camera. Say hi. No, he's looking at the monitor, but not at the camera. There we go. Say hello. Say meow into the microphone. Go ahead. Say meow meow. No. Never talks in here. He refuses to talk in here. Very good. Dimitri, you're going to put me on the front page of Kick in 20 minutes, he says. Thanks. I'll be talking about the Discord debacle. How they're going to ID check everybody, which is going to be an interesting story considering what just happened in the fall. All right. Well, cool. Thank you, Dimitri. It's been a while. How is everyone this morning? Y'all doing good? Cats can't talk? That is a lie. Cats absolutely can talk. They just don't talk in English. They talk in cattish. They go meow, meow, meow. He has spoken one time. He on actually twice on camera into the microphone. He's meowed only twice in all these years that he's been part of the content. He's not a talkative kitty in here. Jasper, why don't you go up on the desk? There's tons of room. You can walk on the desk if you want it. He doesn't want to. He's very silly. How am I today, Max? I am good. Thank you for asking. I figured we have a nice calming kitty intro to today's morning show since we have a story to talk about with this Discord debacle. People are going crazy on the internet about this Discord story. They don't want to do it. I'm going to read it word for word. Any idea if Wings would be interested in live streaming on Kick? I think he had said on a stream in the last week that he's actually setting up a Kick account. Now, you have to understand something, Dimitri. Everything that Wings says has to be taken with a grain of salt. Because he's very slow to act. Very, very slow to act on anything if he ever acts on anything. So, he may have the intention of coming to stream on Kick, but it may be a very long time before he actually pulls the trigger. I do think it would benefit him to stream on Kick, even though, admittedly, it would probably end up being a ton of his trolls that would just destroy the chat. But if he just rolled with it like that and he just had a Kick chat that was just his trolls talking, I think he'd actually get like good attendance. But he'd have to treat it like that. He would, just like me, like half the people who are in this chat right now, I know are trolls and they're just, gonna say stuff and I don't really care as long as they're not doing outright heinous stuff. I just let it roll. So I don't know. We'll have to see what he does. I don't know if he would come to Kick or not. Again, he's talked about it, that he needs to make extra money. I'm sure if he was more lax with it and he let his trolls sit in the chat, that he'd probably have enough attendance to probably qualify for the partner program too. But I don't know. Oh, no, here we go. A guy who comes into the Kick chat with 50 to 100 sock accounts and robot accounts every day to spam the chat so no one can talk is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that watch the content but troll me. I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with the guy literally trying to make the Kick chat unusable because he's a life loser who makes 100 accounts a day. By the way, Dimitri, are you still here? This is something that's been going on in Kick recently. I guess people have found out ways to make massive amounts of bot accounts all in one go, because I'm noticing I'll like 50 accounts will follow the channel at once. And they're all fake. You could look at their names. They're all randomly computer generated names. They're not real people. And then this guy will mass control these accounts and all say the same thing in the chat at once. So I don't know what this is, because this is a new thing that's been happening for a couple of weeks. But hooey. Wings will not be reading that, but I'm sure someone will send that to him, Dimitri. I'm sure, because all my stuff is monitored by my trolls, and you know they're going to send it to his trolls. Oh, Dimitri, you're aware of that? Oh, okay. He says the tech team's aware of it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell it is. It's a brand new thing. It only just started like a week and a half ago, and this guy's going crazy with these bot accounts. Let's see here. Dimitri, I can do you a solid. I can try to contact Wings, but he ignores me. Here, I'm going to try to contact him right now. Dimitri, how do you want me to have him contact you? What did you say? Oh, here it is. Dimitri. Okay, I'm going to send him this info. I sent him the info, Dimitri, but like I said, with Wings, there's no way to tell if and when he'll ever respond to anything. He tends to ignore me. So I don't know if he's going to pay attention or not, but I did just send him the info that you shared. So I try to help out anyone who I can. Try to do the guy a solid. Try to do you a solid. Let's see what happens, right? Okay, let's get back on track, everyone. Welcome to the morning show. Sorry, that was 8 minutes of confusion. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. Let's say hello to everyone. Here we go. On the YouTube side, we got Max James, Dark, Smugman Jack, David, Chris, Nick, IB Ballin, Chaos Goblin, Gary, Rose Diamonds is here this morning. Good morning. Tub Tubs, Pringles Fan, Emperor Ferbs, of course. How you doing? You're Not Funny, Grandmaster Scrub, Theodore, and Pink Buffalo. On the Kick side, we got Captain Base Pants, Your Future Stepmom, Here's the Deal, Humans, Asmagol, that's a good one, Asmagol, Most Tasteless, Spoons, Dark Side Dabbing, how you doing? Final Fantasy VII Enjoyer, Ghost of Willie Two Guns, Adjourn for the Night, Barely Legal Opinion, wee, and more. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all in good spirits and you're ready to chill for a little bit before we start with the continuation of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined here on the channel, which I hope you guys will stick around for. Seriously. Broden, what's up? I see you, man. JP Soliv, how you doing? Murky, how you doing? I really hope you guys will stick around for Dragon Quest. It's going to get better today. Like I said last time, that was a humongously slow start. Reason being, let's be honest here, okay? It's just silly that the game had 2+ hours of narrative to start with no gameplay. But that's how JRPGs can be. And so I know some people were turned off because we're in the midst of 2 hours of story. Like, oh, boring. Today, we're going right to a dungeon. Like, we're doing the dungeon. We're doing combat, leveling, skills, you know, boss, probably the first boss fight, I would think. So today should be a much better stream, okay? And I do hope that you guys will stick around for it. I love RPGs. I love playing them and having great interactive experiences with you guys while we play them. But it's very hard to retain viewership for RPGs, particularly classic RPGs. Now, this is a brand new one. It just came out, Thursday? I hope that you'll stick around for it and we'll have a good time together. Fingers crossed, right? I hope. Please stick around and support Dragon Quest VII so I can do a playthrough of it, all right? Cool. First support of the day has come in. I got a $2 tip. Do you believe your name has reached a mythic level like Voldemort in certain online communities and how much certain people attempt to sabotage you? I don't know what that means. There's no one out there who's afraid to say my name like Voldemort. That's not even on the same level. What I think it is again, as I've said many times over the years, all right, Oops. Here we go. The meme is not the reality, but the meme is what's prominent. So everyone knows Darkside Phil, the meme, for various different reasons on the internet. But no one bothers to check out the content, so no one knows the truth behind the meme, which is that most of the memes aren't real. They're just gross exaggerations or things that don't exist anymore, but they wouldn't know that if they don't actually check out the content. Like, if you watch a detractor clip of me, they're still saying the entire stream Phil begs to hit his goal. There's no goal. I only do a call to action a few times a stream. I'm okay if a stream doesn't hit the arbitrary amount that used to be my goal. None of this is a big deal. All you got to do is tune into the content to find that out, but no one will do that. Instead, they just want to watch the out-of-context detractor clip that edits things together to make it seem like that's the case when it's not. So, it is what it is. I can change as much as I want, but the memes persist. The memes will persist until people want to actually use their intelligence to figure something out for themselves, but the vast majority of people on the internet don't want to do that. They just want to be told what to think because they're stupid. So there's nothing I can do to make humanity smarter, so the memes persist, all right? The stupid, references, the dumb things that aren't true. Like, people are still talking about WWE champions. I don't play the game anymore. I quit the damn thing ages ago. I'm done with it. They still bring it up like it's still happening. It's not. I mean, I even played the goddamn game on stream a year and a half ago. I mean, how long ago was that? To prove that it's no big deal. And I've since quit the game entirely, but they still talk about it like it's happening. It's not. But that's it. Okay? Anyway, what are you going to do, right? Thanks for the $2 to start off today's support. So, if you guys are enjoying the content, please support it today. You guys, I think, know the ways to do it. All right? So, thank you for that. And we're going to chill for probably another half an hour before we get set up here and get started with Dragon Quest VII. What the holy hell is this song? No, I don't want romantic. It says it's romantic. That's not even romantic. I'm just skipping it. Terrible song. Okay. All right. So I'm just curious how everyone's doing today. What's on your mind? If anyone has any questions, anyone has anything to chat about. If not, we can get to this Discord story, which is the huge, huge thing. Like, if you guys aren't aware what's going on with Discord, it's like the talk of the town right now. Okay? Yeah, I know, romantic songs playing. If you didn't hear the Discord story yet, you're about to be pretty upset. Trust me. Okay, so you guys aren't aware. Should I just talk about it then? Okay. Here we go. You're not going to like this story. Okay? It was announced this morning that I guess Discord has a new department that's in charge of their safety, and they have a new teen safety team that's been put into place. Basically for teens between the ages of 13 and 18. And the first thing that they're doing on Discord to institute safety for teens who are using it is that as of March, everyone's Discord account, literally every person who uses Discord, all of us who use it for any reason, all of our accounts are going to be downgraded from full-fledged, full-featured adult accounts down to teen accounts. What does that mean? That means that there's going to be content that's flagged that you cannot see. It means there's going to be certain Discord servers and chat rooms you cannot join. It's going to mean you can't use certain business level features of Discord. We're all going to be blocked out of all of it. Okay? Then Discord is going to require you to verify your age to prove that you are a legal adult to access all of that content. Now, you may say, what's the verification process? That's a good question, because the press release that Discord put out is incredibly confusing and seems to be saying two different things. On the one hand, it's saying, oh, you can just provide a facial scan, and we have software that will look at your facial scan and determine your age and then give you adult privileges if you're old enough, or if not, it will block you. And by the way, this facial scan will only be stored locally on your device, not anywhere else. Therefore, no one will be able to get access to your facial scan, so you'll be safe. But then it also says you also need to show your ID And you're like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. If you have a facial scan to prove my age, why do you also need my legal ID? Right? And I would think if they're asking everyone to actually provide their legal ID to get adult features, one of two things is going to happen. Either everyone's going to quit Discord, or everyone's going to find a workaround that's going to hack this thing, and it's not going to actually work anyway. It's going to be one or the other. Now, the other thing that some people are saying is, well, maybe you need both. Maybe you need to provide your ID, and then you also need to provide a facial scan to prove that you're the person on the ID, because what's to stop you from just grabbing your parent's license, scanning it in, or taking a picture of it and saying that's you, right? So I don't know, and it's not clear. Like, I'll show you right now. This is the actual statement that they put out today. Okay? So here's the statement. Teen by default setting to roll out globally for all Discord users, enhancing age-appropriate protections. So, here it is. Beginning with a phased global rollout to new and existing users in early March, users may be required to engage in an age verification process to change certain settings or access sensitive content. Okay? So this is Savannah Bodalik, head of products policy at Discord. Might want to change your name. Here it is, privacy-forward age assurance. Age assurance is the foundation of a new experience and designed to respect Discord users' privacy and choice. Discord users can choose to use facial age estimation or submit a form of identification to its vendor partners, with more options coming in the future. Okay? Additionally, Discord will implement its age inference model, a new system that runs in the background to help determine whether an account belongs to an adult without always requiring users to verify their age. Some users may be asked to use multiple methods if more information is needed to assign an age group. So what they're claiming is on-device processing. Your age estimation will never leave your device. Quick deletion. It'll delete the thing you sent them right away so no one can get their hands on it. Straightforward verification. In most cases, users complete the process once and their Discord experience adapts to their verified age group. And a private status, the user's age verification status cannot be seen by other users. All right. And then you're getting a direct message directly from Discord to confirm and blah, blah, blah. And then you get... So what are the things that are going to be restricted? Content filters. Discord users will need to be age assured in order to unblur sensitive content. Okay. Or even turn off the setting that makes it blur to begin with. Age-gated spaces. Only users who are age-assured as adults will be able to access age-restricted channel servers and app commands. Message request inbox. I guess what happens is now you can get messages in an inbox that say you may know this person, and you can't really stop it. Here it's saying that whole inbox will be blocked unless you're verified as an adult. Friend request alerts as well. And stage restrictions. All right. Speak on stage in servers. I don't even know what that means. I guess there's a public space you could talk in a server and it'll block you from there too. Okay. So what they're basically saying is they have a new teen council and they're the ones who are instituting this change. That I guess there's been a concern that there's not enough protections for teenagers on the internet, and therefore that's why this change is happening. Okay. So there you go. Now, you might say, oh, this is well and good. What's wrong with this? Right? What would be wrong with verifying your age on an online service? I mean, after all, don't you want to be verified as a real person, right? That someone's not impersonating you or trying to act like they're actually you and using your identity online. And also, don't you want to be sure that people are accountable for their actions? Because what if someone goes on Discord and starts mass harassing people? Don't you want them to be held accountable? So they have to put their real information in there, right? So what's wrong with that? This might actually make people start acting properly. Maybe there won't be as much online trolling anymore. People actually have to upload their government ID before they can even talk on a social media site, right? Okay. Except right over here, posted in October, Discord hackers stole government IDs of 70,000 users. A platform that's frequently compromised by hackers and has a reputation for being a groomer breeding ground now wants face scans. This will backfire so hard they don't even know. Yeah. So basically what they're saying is this would have been fine if Discord was reputable and or protected people's info, except they just had a data breach back in the fall where 70,000 IDs were hacked and stolen. All right? So if anything, if you were really forced to verify your ID, which it sounds like you will be as of March, this is happening. There's nothing you can do about it, okay? Go for the face scan, obviously. But if you have a baby face, I guess you're screwed. Like, there's some people who just have naturally young-looking faces. That's going to be tough. There's going to be certain ethnicities, like Asian people, actually have faces that look much younger, even when they get older. The software might have issue with that, right? Might not be able to verify them. So now you're going to say, let me get this straight. Just because I'm Asian and I look young, I got to give you my ID? That's discrimination. I think Discord is shooting themselves in the foot here, right? I think they're getting themselves into hot water and they don't even realize it. What if their actual age scanning software for your face is discriminatory? But they don't think about this shit, right? Oh, we're protecting the teens, but what about the can of worms, the Pandora's box you're about to open? Do you have any clue what you're doing? And again, people probably would not care about providing their IDs if they didn't have a data breach back in the fall where 70,000 of these were stolen. Okay? So, I don't know. Do you trust Discord? Here's the thing. I guess really it's going to depend on many factors. For me, my shit got stolen a zillion years ago, right? Everyone knows my information, so it doesn't matter if my shit gets stolen. No one gives a shit. Everyone knows all that stuff already, you know? But for someone who is a private citizen, who isn't in the public space, who doesn't want their stuff leaking, this is a liability. This is a huge liability. Your ID could be out there. Do you really want people knowing your name, your address, your driver's license number, all this shit that's on that ID? Of course you don't. So, I don't know, man. The thing is, I'm going to keep using Discord. I use it for a few things. I talk with some friends. I talk with my moderators. And as you know, I use Discord to have people on as guests on the show occasionally. Not that I do it all the time, but Discord is the program of choice to do things like that, right? I don't see a problem with me either scanning my ID and giving it to them or doing their face scan because I'm already all over the goddamn internet. Everyone knows all my shit. There's nothing left to leak, okay? But for a common person, yeah, I get it. Or maybe for someone who is a content creator but hasn't had all their shit leaked, obviously you don't want all your shit leaked and have to go through the levels of harassment that someone like you go through. So this is a big deal, right? Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, this is the big discussion today. This is the huge thing everyone on the internet is now talking about and freaking out about. And I mean, honestly, it's for good reason. Discord is literally the number one program, the number one thing for people with online communities, for people who do online video conferencing. This is the select program everyone uses. And the fact that this change is coming through the pipeline like this, mandatory, out of nowhere, with literally a month's warning, is pretty big news. And a lot of people are not happy about this. Let's see what people have to say about it. Broden says, if someone has ever used the internet and had social media, you're already screwed. I would rather keep the creeps away from the kids and hold bad actors responsible for bad doings. So there you go. Broden thinks that this is a good thing in general for younger kids and ages. And yeah, to be honest, dude, this whole online, crazy people who are pedophiles and stuff going after kids has been exposed huge in the last couple of years. And it's a big fucking problem, right? Online communities like Roblox and shit that they have entire things based around this is terrible, awful, and no one was regulating it and no one was looking at it. Now at least some of these companies are starting to wise up and take a look at it and say, we got to stop this shit from happening. But is this the right way to go about it? Or is this a knee-jerk reaction? Did Discord get threatened by a government? Right? I know in the UK right now, it's crazy what's going on with the censorship and stuff like that. Is this now seeping over into social media? Let's talk briefly about this in the realm of YouTube, okay? YouTube right now does not require you to actually verify your age properly. YouTube does have checks in there, but none of it's real. It's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's, just verify your age or whatever, but you don't. How many people actually have had to verify their age on YouTube in a proper manner? I don't know. Have any of you actually been forced to do that? I'm just curious. Battleduck says, I think they're being forced with Australia banning social network access for kids. There's age verification also coming in France and possibly Spain. There you go. See, here's the thing. Really, the things that have protected any site from this is there is a law in the United States. I don't know if it's international. I actually don't think it is. There's a law in the U.S. that states any content uploaded to any of these sites, whether it's video, chat, whatever it could be, pictures, the site is immune to prosecution for what's uploaded. That they are not responsible that someone uploaded illegal content. So if there's a weirdo sicko uploading disgusting child porn, if there's someone uploading violent images and videos, right? Racist stuff, terrorist stuff, YouTube can't be held accountable. Discord can't be held accountable. The law protects them from being prosecuted for having that content on their servers. Now, however, there are requirements that if they're notified that this content exists, that they must take action to moderate and take it down. Okay? So up until now, that's what's made it that these businesses just don't care. Like, why would we care who's on our sites, what they're doing? We're legally immune. But I think now what's happening is things are finally coming through the pipeline that are going to start hitting these places with regulation. Is the Digital Services Act? I'm not sure exactly what it is. I know it's called Section something because Trump was referencing it once. He kept saying Section something something. And that's really what's protecting right now. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to see changes. You know, we're going to see changes to this stuff. To be honest, do you really think that online harassment and trolling and bullying, do you think that this online disgusting pedophilic communities would exist if there actually was identification and verification of who you are on the internet? I don't think so. And I think that's why this content has become so rampant, is because no one cared to look at it and moderate it and or regulate it. Instead, the internet has literally been the Wild West. Just go about and do whatever the hell you want and everyone's okay doing it. And now things are changing. Now, I don't know if that's going to be for the better or for the worse at all. I would hope that this would protect children. And I want children to be protected. I don't want them to be stalked, harassed, and or abused by sickos on this planet. I don't. Kids should be protected. On the flip side of this, there is a note that we should all mention. Where the fuck are the parents? Right? Why is this now becoming a government thing to regulate it? And where are the parents? Don't parents have to pay attention to what their children do anymore? Or do you just pop them out and just let them fucking run away and do whatever the fuck they want to do? This is just crazy to me. When I was a kid, my parents knew what I was doing when I was on the internet. Until I was 18 years old, they always knew what I was doing when I was on the internet. Was I doing something for school? Was it a game that I was playing? Who am I talking to on AOL Instant Messenger? That was their job. They were my parents. They had to make sure that I was doing stuff that was safe. Maybe the problem here lies in the fact that parents aren't responsible for their children anymore, or at least not to the extent that they should be. That they hand them a digital device or a computer and say, here, just go, and leave me alone so I can be over here doing my own thing. That's not what being a parent is. What adults need to start realizing now in 2026 and moving forward is that the act of copulating, all right, is actually a responsibility. Because if you have a kid, you're now responsible to make that kid a reputable member of society. Did you hear what I just said? Yeah, you actually are the person responsible to make sure that child that you just had has grown up with a mature brain, has morals and values, is responsible, follows the law, and actually will be a good part of human society. And if they're not, that's your fucking fault because you didn't do your job as a parent. Instead, it's like we treat it like you just have kids and you just, oh, whatever, hands off, let them do whatever they want. Oh, it takes a village to raise my kid. No, dumbass, it takes you. You're the one who had the kid, not the fucking village. They didn't choose to parent your child. You parent your child. Maybe we need less laws that are saying, oh, these sites need to be responsible, and we need more laws saying parents need to be responsible. Because if your child grows up to be a mass murderer or a pedophile, maybe that's your fucking fault because you didn't parent them. Did you think of that? Why don't you go to jail when your kid shoots up a school? Why don't you go to jail if your kid has 5 terabytes of child porn on their computer? It's your fucking fault because you didn't parent your kid, you weirdo. You fucking lazy bitch, you bum. You fucked up that kid, and now society is worse because of you and your irresponsibility. Anyway, I digress. That's just my take on it. And by the way, I'm not saying that these websites shouldn't be responsible, that Discord and YouTube and Facebook and TikTok shouldn't be responsible for the content on them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that primarily, how do you think that people get fucked up? Because they don't have someone to guide them through life to know what's the right way to behave, how to learn responsibility and discipline and morals and values. Instead, they just like, oh, well, just go figure it out for yourself because I'm busy over here doing my own thing, having my own party life. I don't want to be a parent. Then don't have kids. Pretty fucked up. Yeah, I mean, what's happening is we're getting an entire society of people who are online, fucked up in the head, were never raised properly, don't know how to behave, no social skills, broken people, and they all are now forming online communities around this abhorrent, very, very deviant behavior. And now governments are finally becoming wise to it. Oh, wait, you're telling me that Roblox was a haven for pedophiles? No fucking shit it was. Of course it was. How did you not fucking know that? You know, so now, oh, we got to try to fix the problem through regulation. Well, the regulation may stop the immediate bleeding. It may like be the Band-Aid on the wound, but we have to stop actually having the wounds to begin with, right? That's what's the root cause of what's going on in society that's making people be so broken and fucked up on the internet. That's what we got to figure out. Anyway, of course, now people will be into a big discussion about this, but I'm not going to talk about this all day. I'm just getting this off my chest because it's just something that really pisses me off that, oh, it's the government needs to regulate. It's like, well, what about the people who had the kids, who are broken kids and fucked up and doing these terrible things as they grow up? I just don't understand it. Okay. I got a $2 tip for someone talking about detractors. I don't care. But thanks for $2. And I got a 420 tip talking about my incident. I don't care. Thanks for a 420 tip. There you go. Thanks for the support and income. Appreciate that. Great discussion. Okay. All right. So now we have a little bit of time. Let's chill. Let's do a little bit of Q&A. All right, to talk about what you guys want to chat about, what the hot topics are, and then we'll go from there and we'll get set up for Dragon Quest. Well, here you go. Battleduck says the fix is clearly no more kids. Outlaw pregnancy entirely. Go to China. They've done that. In China, they regulate everything that the citizens can do. So I don't know if it's still in effect, but at one point, China had a law that said you could only have like 2 kids. And if you had more than 2 kids, you'd literally be arrested and the kids would be taken away from you. But I don't know if they still do that now, but that's actually happened in certain countries. If you can believe it, as horrible as that sounds. Yep. Is it 1? I thought it was 2. Someone says it's 1. They changed that because their population got too old. So now they changed it and now they're having more kids again. Okay. Will I be playing Yakuza Kiwami 3? No. Why? Because I'm playing Dragon Quest 7. That's an RPG. There's absolutely no way that I could ever play more than one RPG at a time these days. It would never work. The last few Yakuza games I tried to play didn't work. They slowed down and people didn't like them. This is also an old one. This is not a newer game. This is just a remake of an old one, so I'm not playing it. Maybe I would play it in the future, but right now, nope. Not playing it. Someone tipped $2 as a benefit of this might be making people more considerate and careful with what they say instead of behaving like animals like you've been a victim of. Well, here's the thing. If you have to verify your identity when you're using anything now, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's X, whether it's Discord, if someone actually does a heinous act, right? Like they actually commit slander or a defamation or a crime, or they're doing something to mass harass, you can actually report them and their information is there, and then someone can actually take real action against them, right? Right now, it's just not possible, but eventually it might be if you actually have to give your real info for everything, you know? And the thing is, for someone like me, my shit has been out there for so long that everyone already knows all my info. It's not a big deal, you know, to me, but to someone who's a private citizen who doesn't want their shit out there, or maybe has thrived on always getting away with it because no one knew who they were, now all of a sudden, your shit's out there, right? I mean, yeah, exactly. You can't get doxxed if you've already been doxxed. Correct. Someone tipped $1, says, have you ever been to nightclubs? Yes, I've already explained. In the 2000s, I lived in New Haven, Connecticut, which was pretty much a bar-hopping town at that time. I lived in downtown New Haven, so I could walk 2 blocks, and I was into the big bar district. And I went to nightclubs a few times, and I didn't really like them. Why? They were way too loud and too crowded. You can't even talk to someone in a nightclub. Like, can't even. I would go with my friends, and then they would say something to me. I have no idea what the fuck you just said. I can't understand you. It's too loud in here. It would actually give me like a headache. You know, not to say I didn't like drinking. Of course I did. But outside of that, they just weren't very entertaining. Like, I would much rather go to a bar where you could sit down, relax, talk, meet people, have food, and have a social experience, versus a nightclub is just like a fucking loud, blaring strobe light blasting in your ears experience. That's very, very annoying. I never liked the nightclubs. Am I actually on the front page of Kick? Because I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted by the story, and I didn't even pay attention if we actually made it to the front page or not. It's been a long time. Like, Dimitri used to put me on the front page all the time. Then I got the partner program, and then basically he stopped. So, I don't know. I was under the assumption the reason that he did it was to try to get me into the partner program to help me out. I never played the original Dragon Quest VII. No, I did not. So this is my first time experiencing the game. Good God, is Wings actually still fucking playing Red Sec? Oh my God. Yes, I got 3 new viewers from the front page. Yeah, welcome to the 3 new viewers on my channel. How y'all doing? I don't know what you're talking about. If I had the opportunity to join a content creation group, would I do it? What group? What content creation groups? I'm not a pro player, so I wouldn't go to any pro group. I'm not into any of those kind of things that a group would even be associated with. So I don't know how that would even be possible or how it would make sense. The unplayables? What are the unplayables? Oh, I don't know anything about these stream teams. I never even heard of them. All right, anything you guys want to talk about, or shall we get set up for Dragon Quest? If you want to talk about something, tag me in either chat. Here, I'll type into the Kick chat. If not, we will get set up for the game today, because I do want to get a big chunk of gameplay in today. And I really hope you guys will support Dragon Quest. Again, to make this clear, okay? I love JRPGs. I want to make a full playthrough of Dragon Quest, okay? But I need people to show up, engage, and support with the playthrough to do so. If this stream is dead slow, I can't play this game, and it sucks. I bought it. I want to play it. I've told you very strongly how I feel about JRPGs, that I love them. I have passion for them. They're chill fun. I grew up playing them. I want to play this one. But I need people to actually be here to support this playthrough. It can't be every time I play Dragon Quest, it's a dead stream, and now everything else has to try to make up for it for the rest of the week. It can't be. All right? So, hopefully, things will go well. We'll have to see. Please support the stream. Let's go right now. How about we get our first sub of the day? Some kicks on Kick, our first kicks of the day. How about our first membership of the day? Right? Did we even get a super chat today? No. Let's get our first super chat of the day. For God's sakes. Let's go right now and start getting some support for Dragon Quest immediately. Wow. Someone tipped me a weird amount, like $1.89, says, do you drive a manual car? No. Thanks for $1. I didn't play Dragon Quest 8. I can't compare 7 to 8. And I've only played literally an hour of actual gameplay of Dragon Quest 7, so I can't really compare it to 11 yet either. We really have to get further in the game before we can make those determinations. Do the point gimmick? I haven't done that in a while. All right, that's it. If you're here live on stream, whether you're here on Kick or on YouTube, and you're here to enjoy chill vibes, good fun, classic gameplay in a modern setting with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, then let's go. Let's get some support for classic JRPGs. Let's get some kicks. Let's get some tips. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some memberships. And for the love of everything holy, for goodness sake, let's get some subs right now. There we go. Now will it work? I got a single kick from Captain Basepan. He found a penny, flicked it. Psh, here you go. Oh! I guess not. See? It doesn't work anymore because I don't have goals and shit, so that doesn't work anymore. Do the AI command for support. I turned it off. I disabled it. Ooh, extra bondage. He exponentially grew that. He did 10 kicks. That's 10 cents, baby. Hell yeah. Gary just did a $5 super chat, so I guess it does work. Gary just did a $5 super chat. He says, I will never give my ID to Discord. Who else feels the same? Okay, let me present this question to the chat, okay? For those of you who are staunchly against providing that kind of verification information to Discord, to YouTube, to any service, okay? This is an honest question. I'd like your answer. What is the reason why you're against it? Why are you against providing age verification, identity verification to these services? What is your major disagreement with this requirement? Because Discord had a data leak recently, right? Correct. We just talked about that. It was October. 70,000 IDs were leaked, right? Now, what is the problem with that? Even if your ID was leaked and you're a private citizen, right? What does that matter? What are you afraid will happen with that? Based World Unlimited says, they'll share all of your info with the IRS. They will create a Palantir profile on you, and they don't need to subpoena or get warrants for anything. Well, first of all, if you're a U.S. citizen, you're already known by the IRS. I hate to tell you this. They already know you, and they're looking for you and your money and your income. That's number one. Now, I don't know about the Palantir profile, all right? But I don't know. Is it really that serious? Is it actually that's legit? You're not just like doing online conspiracy theory shit. You actually think that like they will form automated profiles about you and will be like coming after you for stuff? Is that what you believe? Discord will get hacked. All of your information will be sold on the dark web. Okay, but again, I gotta ask this, all right? Casper, hello. I gotta ask this. If you are a private citizen, okay, if you're not someone in the public eye, so you're not someone who's a live streamer, you're not a celebrity, right? You're not an actor, you're not someone who's well-known anywhere on Earth, you're just a normal person, right? What does it matter if your data leaked somewhere? Like, for example, all the time there's data leaks, if you're not aware. A bank, a credit reporting agency, a college you used to go to, an airline database. This shit leaks all the time. No exaggeration. Since I've been in college, okay, so you're talking over 20 years, I've probably been contacted 5 to 10 times by various companies saying there was a data breach and all my data leaked. Okay? It's common. It's not even, at this point, it's not even like, oh, it's a rarity. It's a common thing that happens now. Okay? So, are you just saying that one more company having your data is another liability to something that's already commonly happening? Unless someone has an actual horror story that you'd like to share, and be like, yeah, there was a data leak and my fucking information leaked and now everyone has my stuff and they destroyed my identity or something. Maybe that's the case, right? And if that's the case, I feel for you. I've had stuff like that happen via social engineering, where because people had basic information about me, like my address. Hi, Jasper. Come on up. Like my address and stuff. They were able to fool companies that I had, relationships with into thinking they were me and tried to get those companies to do things that they didn't have authority to do. Okay? Here we go. Having information leaked makes it easier for malicious actors, scammers, and others to misuse your information, apply for loans under your name, ruin credit, loss of home, identity theft, etc. There you go. So it would be identity theft would be the biggest concern, that someone is trying to take out stuff in your name. Now, the thing is, you can say, if they opened a loan in your name, yeah, that's a hassle, but it could be easily negated, right? It could be, because if they can't actually prove, if everything was done digitally, and they literally can't prove that you're the one who did any of it, then you're completely free. They can't enforce it at all, right? Now, it might suck because initially it might show up on your credit reports and stuff, but eventually it will get cleared up. But I get it. That's a huge hassle and time and probably money that you would have to invest to get that shit cleared up, and that's nonsense. That should never happen. Now, wait a minute. My cousin had his license stolen. The person got multiple tickets. My cousin was unaware and arrested a few months later and had to prove it wasn't him. What? How did your cousin... Whoa, Jasper. No. This is not the old chair. He thinks it's the old chair and he can go up. It's narrow up there. He's going to fall. The old chair was wider than this one, buddy. You will slip. I don't want you to fall on the floor, okay? He misses the old chair, but the old chair was decrepit and falling apart, Anyway. Okay. Your cousin had their driver's license stolen. Got it. The person got multiple tickets. What are you talking about? The person got pulled over by a cop, handed the cop a fake ID that he stole, and the cop was stupid enough to think that was the person and issued a ticket to the wrong person? That's the fucking cop's fault. Like, what are you talking about? That's insane. Literally, the picture on the ID wouldn't have been his. How the fuck did the cop think that was him multiple times? I'm at a loss here. How does that happen? What are you talking about? They can make a fake ID from a victim's information. Well, that's true, but they could do that with anything. They don't even need to steal your license to do that. They could just have your basic information to make a fake license then, right? There you go. So, nothing here says, I knew someone whose identity was compromised. I can tell you it's a nightmare. Everything was resolved in the end, but mental stress was bad and it took months to clear things. I can tell you firsthand that's the case. I went through it. I had someone, I told you, they were socially engineering many of my accounts with my basic info. And I had people sending money to businesses that I didn't owe money. They were sending thousands of dollars out of my bank accounts to companies for no reason, just to empty my bank account so I would have no money. And I was like, what? So then you're like, well, how did they do this? And every company's like, well, rather than actually figure out where the fuck up was, we're just going to all close our accounts and give you new ones. It's like, but whoa. But you fucked up. You gave someone access to my accounts. You should have never done that, right? Like, why can't we figure that out? And then the funny part is, I kid you not, some of these companies actually, stopped doing business with me or sold off my accounts to other companies because they were afraid that they were going to get sued by me. So I've been through it, and yeah, it's a nightmare. I told you guys, I eventually had to get a whole new bank account. I had to do everything from scratch, start over, because people were just getting access to shit that they never should have had access to. Okay? So, pretty terrible stuff. And I get it. But the thing is, I'm a public face. I'm a public figure. My shit leaked, and everyone, oh, well, I hate Darkside Phil, I'll fuck with him, right? In general, I don't feel like most people whose data leaks ever had this happen to them. By the way, I'm not saying that's okay. I'm not saying that it's okay that it happens to a single person. I'm just saying, law of averages here. In general, if your data leaks, probably no one's ever going to use it for anything. Maybe 1 in a million. And that one person is the person like nothing here said, sadly gets harassed and has to deal with fixing this shit, right? But it's not a common thing, right? By the way, RayRays59, thank you for $2, and he says, pretty much all your info is out there. Anyway, in one way or another, it is. A lot of people just don't realize it, but in one way or another, most people's info is out there on the internet, you know, in some way. Dave Lines, yes, I do see, potentially I see both sides of the case. I do. On the one hand, is there a massive problem right now online with online harassment, with online bullying, with crimes online of things like this kind of identity theft and stuff, with pedophilic communities formulating around games like Roblox, with social media accounts like TikTok and Discord? Yes, there is a big problem with this shit. For sure, 1,000,000%. It's like indisputable that stuff is happening. And up to now, we really just haven't been dealing with it. It's kind of been like, oh, turn a blind eye to it. So now it looks like these things are now being forced to being dealt with, right? So I get it, and I understand why this needs to be addressed. At the same time, I have been on the side of being or having my identity stolen and impersonated, right? Socially engineered accounts, having so many messed up things happen, setting me back. You know, we're talking, I was already set back because I went through a bankruptcy or was going through the bankruptcy, and then this happened on top of it at the same fucking time. So you can imagine already things are fucked up for me, and then they're just doubly fucked up, compounded fucked up because of these people. You know, I had arrangements that I had made through the bankruptcy that then I couldn't pay anyone any money because I had no money because they sent my money away. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, it was really messed up. But, you know, at the same time, I don't know. Do you do absolutely nothing? So we're not going to do anything. We're never going to verify anyone's identity on the internet. It's okay. Let everyone get away with everything. Or do we do it, but then we're like, now everyone's information is out there and liable? I don't know. Like, it's a gray area, and it seems like these companies are now taking action. And you know the truth is Discord would not be taking this action if something serious hadn't happened. Someone is suing them, or something bad really happened via Discord, and now they're like, we have to do this or else we're in trouble. There's no other reason any of these companies would ever take action. It's just like I said with YouTube. YouTube will literally never take an action unless they're getting sued. So unless something horrible happened and now they have a giant lawsuit against them, they'll just ignore it. That's how they operate. No, I agree, Gary. He says, man, Phil, I just don't want my identity stolen. I don't want your identity to get stolen. I certainly never wanted my ID to get stolen. All these horrible things that are possible when this happens, you know, like, it's terrible stuff. No, my position is I do actually feel like there should be things being done at this point. You can't ignore problems forever and just hope they go away. You eventually have to address them. And the longer that you don't address them, they compound and get worse and worse and worse. And that's what's happened, okay? So we do need to have something in place, whether it's identity verification or something. Something needs to happen to make sure that kids are safe online, that identities are verified for people saying who they are, and that we don't have mass crimes occurring on the internet. At the very same time, you're right, people have a right to use the internet and not have all of their shit just leaked and no one's responsible, right? Like, Discord was hacked and 70,000 identities were leaked, right? So why haven't they been sued into fucking oblivion, and why aren't they bankrupt right now? Because they gave away everyone's information. They should be. When you provide your information to any of these services, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or a social media company or Discord, they are legally liable to protect your data. It's in the terms of service. They have to. You can't just give them your data and then they just give it away. That's not allowed, ever. So every time that there's a data breach, there should be a monstrous multi-million-dollar lawsuit as a penalty. Then the company will take the shit seriously. Because I hate to say it, if every company seems to always get hacked at some point, they're just not taking the shit seriously. It's that simple. Yeah, Zelvinia says, remember the fears people have with net neutrality being repealed? That aged like fine milk. Yeah, you notice we don't have net neutrality anymore and nothing happened. Nothing at all. So it sounds to me like people were just misunderstanding that to begin with and didn't even understand what it was. And now that it's gone, it's affected like nothing. What's up, King Michael? How you doing? What's up, Kimikaze? How you doing? How's everybody? All right. Well, we've chilled for an hour. I think that's long enough for the morning show. I'm sure this topic will be more thoroughly explored as we get closer to March, because this is going to happen. Discord is doing this. This is not, oh, we're kind of considering doing it. They're doing it. In early March, they are going to start hitting people and saying, hey, either send us a face scan or send us your ID or both. And if you don't, we're limiting your account. In fact, they're already saying they're flipping the switch. Everyone's account will be limited. And then they're going to systematically hit up everyone for the information, or else you cannot use all these features. So, and the thing is, if Discord does it and it's not the end of the world, like let's say Discord does this in March, it goes through and they don't go out of business. Like people stick around and do it. That's just going to be the litmus test for every other company to do it. Expect every other company that you log in and do stuff with will be asking for exactly the same verification, because Discord will be the first to do it. And once they're proven it can work, everyone else is going to follow suit. Mark my words. Can you DM and post in servers without verification? Only some. Servers that are deemed as adult-oriented? No. Can you DM people who you don't know? No. It outright said, if you're a teen account, that can't happen. You can only like DM friends who are on your friends list, and you can only go to approved teen servers. That's it. That's what they said. Right there, we read it. No, I'm skipping Mario Tennis. I have zero interest. We played the last Mario Tennis game. It was not very good, and it was very frustrating, and I'm not spending that money on it just to play through a boring campaign and never play it again. I have zero interest in Mario Tennis. Zero. All right, well, folks, that's it for the morning show. What a topic. And again, this could have easily been a giant segment on a podcast, but I didn't want to do a podcast just for one topic today. I'd love your thoughts. Leave comments on the video. I'm sure this will be an ongoing conversation moving forward as we get closer to March. And we're all going to, anyone who uses Discord, we're going to go through it. And like I said, I really feel like this could be the beginning of a wave of action with all of these companies all requiring the same stuff. And we have to see what happens with that, right? So, all right. Thanks for watching the DSP Morning Show. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll stick around for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined and hopefully engage and support it, because I want to play this game as a playthrough and I need people to be here for it, okay? Thanks for watching. We'll probably have another morning show tomorrow unless something crazy happens with gaming news. We'll find out. All right, guys, thank you so much. See you tomorrow.